Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a little painting of kind of like a park at night and maybe some people walking through it. So I'm going to start with, I started with a canvas here. This is a canvas panel. It's just canvas stretched on like a hard board. And I'm going to, I already put a coat of this really nice, if you can see it here, the sort of a metallic blue, but you can use any kind of blue you like. We want it sort of a deep blue, so a darker version. And that's just for the sake of time I covered it. I'm going to rinse off my larger flat brush here, and I'm going to put on some, just a little bit of land here. So we're going to start with my famous metallic green, maybe a touch of black, because remember it is night, so we want some deeper tones. And I'm just going to wash that over, add a little more water, wash it over the canvas, and it's going to, some of those dark blue, that midnight blue is going to come through, and that's fine. So I'm just going to kind of wash it over here. Okay, I hope everyone's doing well. It's very hot here today. We went from 50-degree weather to high 80s and very humid. Okay. There. Okay, so now what we want to do is start putting in a little walkway. So I'm going to use a little white and a little black to create sort of a grayish, deep gray. And you don't even really have to mix it that much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of start in the middle. And so it looks like it's going out to the distance. We're just going to start, I'm going to make a little, just bring it out a little wider as we go, like this, okay? Put a little more white on top. Whoops, a little blob there, that's fine. Just a little walkway, there we go. That's pretty easy. Okay, now, what we want to do is we want to do some trees and make it look like it's a nice park with lots of stuff growing up in there, all kinds of different nice little sanctuary for plants, and maybe it's in the middle of the city, kind of like Central Park, has a lot of different interesting trees and flowers. So we're going to think about that, and we're going to start adding those. So what I want to do is I'm just going to start putting a few arbitrary trees in the background. So we're going to take a little turquoise. Oh, I forgot to tell you the colors I have today. So I have white, I have my metallic green, I have my metallic midnight blue, I have black, white, red, and yellow. So I'm taking my turquoise and I'm going to make a nice little green up here with the yellow. And I'm going to take a little of the black and I'm going to put it in there and kind of make a mossy green, but we don't have to blend it all together. And I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start by putting a few trees just in this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of use the edge of the brush, tap in some of these maybe evergreen trees. So you're going to make the point and kind of bring it out and get the shape the way you want it to look. Okay. Okay, and those are sort of in the background. Now I might want to bring a few so they look like they're more towards the foreground. So I'm going to make them a little larger, coming into the area that we just did with the metallic green. A little more of this. Okay, kind of put this one in front. Bring it down. Now that has a little bit more yellow in it, and that's fine because we're going to. You'll see in a little bit, we're going to have a little bit of illumination by the moon and by maybe some street lamps if we have time to fit those in. Hopefully we do. Okay, maybe put one coming. I'm going to add some more yellow to this coming in front of here. Okay. There we go. halfway there. A little more yellow, maybe put one here. And like I say, I'm short on time here, so I have only about 15 minutes to do this painting, but you have more time. You have all the time to work as long as you want on this. You can be thinking about adding whatever you like. I'm gonna put some little trees in the back, like you going up over a hill. Just put some in there, in the background. This is going up a hill, and there's some more things over there in the distance. Just put that, maybe we'll add a little more onto that. Okay, excellent. So now what we might want to do is we're gonna put a little moon up in the distance. And I'm gonna take my white, and I'm gonna take a little black. And we've done a moon in other paintings. We're just gonna put this, you even see a little of the greens coming through, but that's fine. We're just gonna make a nice little round, big old full moon up there in the sky. Take some white, gonna add some dimension into it. There we go. You might wanna take a little yellow, just put a little yellow in there. There we go. Little moon. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to add a little more deep green, or almost like a blackish, gray green, and I'm going to start to add a little bit of dimension here, because you really can't see the dark without the light without the dark. So I'm going to sort of make a little more dimension in these. There we go. The more layering of colors you can do. Okay, we're back. We had a little glitch there for a moment. My storage apparently was full, so I had to fix that, and we're back. I think we got everything except we were doing a little bit of the moonlight, and how I was doing that was I was mixing a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow to create a nice moonlit effect. So I was just sort of dabbing it on across here. You can add as much as you like, and I was putting it on the edges of the trees, so it looks like the moon is sort of reflecting down upon this area here. Okay, so that's what I was doing. All right, let's check. It looks like we're back. That's what's interesting about my videos. It's all just, I do it, it's not live for you guys, but it's basically live because I don't edit anything. Whatever happens, happens. If I have a brain freeze, then you witness that. So we're doing whatever. If I spill paint, that's what happens. We're just winging it, but that's just being human. So it's good to see people being human sometimes. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to add some light poles, and I'm going to take my favorite long thin brush and take some of the black, maybe a little bit of water in there, and I'm going to roll it into the black. Get a nice little tip, make sure it's not wet on the edge there on the collar of the brush. And I'm going to start by putting in some little light poles. Now, I'm just going to add a few. You can add as many as you like or as few as you like, but you're going to want to remember that this is off in the distance, so we're just going to do one that's going to be a little bit smaller. We're going to just start with the basic shape, little lantern shape. We're going to add a little light in there in a minute. It's going to come down. Okay, and you can make your lantern shape any way you like. And put one on each side. Get a little more of that paint. Okay. All right. Fill it in. Bring it up. Okay, this is just the basic shape, and I'm going to do one coming up here. It's going to be a little larger because it's in the foreground, so it's closer. So I'm going to see it appearing a little bit larger perspective-wise. Bring that up a little bit. Okay, and now one more over here. And like I said, you could just line this whole walkway with as many lanterns as you like, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to do a few here to show you. Just the basic shape, okay? Then what I might do is I'm going to go in and get a little white on the brush, and I just might want to add, to give it a little dimension, you might just sort of bring down. You can. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with my, oops, my dirty brush. I'm just going to add a little touch of the yellow and the white. There we go, a little light. There, there, and there. All right, okay. All right, so now I'm gonna take my well-used round brush and I'm just gonna go in, let me check here, okay. And I'm gonna add a little bit of, you can use anything you want, green, put a little shrubbery around here to sort of ground the light post, maybe a little around here. Okay, and the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a couple little people. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do one little person. And I'm going to use my, where did it go, my nice long flat brush. I'm just going to put, I'm going to use, she's going to have maybe dark hair. I'm just going to put her off in the distance here. Give a little indication of the back of her hair. Okay, maybe she's just wearing a little red top. Maybe some black. Okay. And maybe, and then we need to have, maybe have one arm out. She's walking along. One by her side. The back of her shoes. Hair a little bit, and let's see, maybe she has a little dog. A little dog, indication of a little doggy, puppy doggy, and maybe she's walking her dog. Leash. We got a little detail of the dog. There we go. Okay. So this is just a little example of a cute little painting we can do. You could add more people walking in the park. You could add some flowers simply by taking a little red, maybe a little white. And just maybe here we'll have a little bit of flowers. Just sort of tapping them on. Take a little white, make a little area of maybe roses. You could have them coming all the way up. Just remember they get a little smaller as they go down the pathway. I think that looks nice. Take a little more white to give it some more dimension. And really whatever gets on there is going to give it a little more red. Put some of those around the posts. All right, there we go. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little painting. Any paintings that you do, feel free to post an example in the comment section, and I'll see you later. Bye.